What's going on, fam? Yeah, we need to talk. This this last update for Dead by Daylight, the all kill comeback chapter or whatever, it's rough, man. It is. A lot of bigger content creators for Dead by Daylight like to pretend that the game is somehow perfect and is somehow getting better, and in fact actually not going down the drain, in that the killer role is the best state it's ever been in that this game isn't super overwhelmingly catering towards one side. But that's not the point of this video. The point of the video, along with the gameplay footage and the timer in the background, is to truly emphasize just how bad high MMR DBD has gotten, especially as M1 killers. The footage you're seeing was taken from a VOD. This game has started to force killers to slug due to a new reworked perk. The perk has been in the game for a long time. They recently reworked it, and this perk actively rewards survivors for losing. It rewards them permanent generator progress for losing. I'm not going to focus too much on this because it just makes me angry, and I don't feel like dealing with that right now. But it's just crazy to me, man. This game, these developers released a basically part 2 to the Trickster update, nerfed the killer in his own update. Which, can we talk about that for a second? The Trickster was never even really a good killer to begin with. He was he was like yeah, he's there, whatever, he's not bad, not great. But this update, they just murdered him. I mean, we're making killers 4.4 in the big 2026. Really, the state of this game, man, it's just gotten so sad. It just is, man. And during this stream, in this exact same clip, I literally said, there's a problem with a game when I have more fun in PvP Escape from Tarkov than I do in this game. You know there's a serious problem with your product when people playing it have more enjoyment in games that literally make you feel like your balls are being crushed. It just makes no sense to me. It doesn't. And I gotta say, I'm a smaller creator myself, whatever, right? Like, when I see creators like Otstarva and all of these other people just pretending like the game is somehow still playable, somehow still enjoyable, it just it makes me feel disgusted. These creators are selling a lie to you that this game is still somehow enjoyable, that it's actually gotten better, which is just a complete and utter lie. It's only getting worse. In fact, me and a few subscribers were actually discussing this in one of my most recent streams, in how the game is slowly becoming more and more like 2016 DBD than it was even back then. Generators can be done now in 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Let's find a gen where all four of you can work on it. Never mind.
Holy shit!
Wow.
And we talked about the math of fast track. Fast track can have 9 tokens, not per trial, just 9 in general. You get 3 tokens for every survivor that's hooked, not including yourself. So Joe, Jimmy, and Jimbo, they all get hooked once, and you get 9 stacks for this perk. Keep in mind, they also get stacks for every hook state that isn't their own. So you get 9 stacks. Each stack gives 2% permanent progress. So, that's 18% permanent progress on a singular gen after hitting a great skill check. Ooh, so much skill, in 18 times 4, that's 72%. That's almost an entire guaranteed generator done in a single trial, just for losing. And keep in mind, that's only counting one full fast track usage per survivor, assuming all four of them have fast track, right? Because we also found out that you get stacks after dying on hook. So if you die on hook, your teammates that have fast track, they get stacks. And all of this is to say that, like, dude, the state of this game, it, like, I can't play it. I just can't. And every single day I'm just holding out for some kind of change, for some kind of positive balancing change, an actual balancing change. And by that I mean nerfing stakeout, nerfing hyper focus, nerfing heal speeds, nerfing generator repair speeds in general. The 2v8 pallet bug is still in the game, hasn't been addressed. It probably won't be, if we're being honest here. And I'm just tired of yelling. I really am, because they clearly don't listen. They don't. And a lot of people who watch these videos, especially the more newer videos I've made regarding this subject, they always ask me, "Fight, why do you even care? This game's trash." I care because at one point I loved it. I care because I love the horror genre. It's something I grew up with. It's something that has always held a special place in my heart, and that's why I care. But these people who ask these questions, they know this, right? They know this, but when you give the answer, they just deflect and pretend like they didn't know, and it's a waste of time, really. And I don't know, man. I'm really just holding out that the Halloween game doesn't have the F13 treatment, Friday the 13th treatment, in the fact that it just randomly goes bye bye one day due to some stupid lawsuit or something. Because at this point, the Halloween game is genuinely our only hope in making this game better. Because it's very abundantly clear that behavior only cares about money. That's just the truth. The reason why they don't listen to killer players, the reason why they don't give a crap about, all the hellacious torture killer players go through just to have a somewhat decent time, if that's even possible anymore, it's because of money, really. I mean, what would you rather have, four money bags or one money bag? The answer is pretty clear. And at the end of the day, it's getting to the point where I'm treating this game like Marvel Rivals, in the term, or in the fact that when you have one good game, just log off for the day. Or if you have one bad game, just log off for the day. Because it's legitimately gotten that bad. It really has. And again, don't take my word for it. Check the VODs. Check my streams. If I'm playing the game, check in. Like, it's right there. One click away. Go ahead and skip through it. You'll see the horrific nature of high MMR in this game. It's horrible. It's it's legitimately unplayable. And again, like, I don't like being negative. I don't, but I am going to be critical about this, about everything, really. In this game, it's not playable. Even when you're playing as A to S tier killer, it's still extremely difficult. The pallets are all over the place. They're extremely abundant. Sometimes it feels like there's 10 or 12 pallets in one pallet, like literally one pallet location, because there's just so many. And outdated killers, slow killers, killers are being nerfed for some reason, even though they were never really good to begin with. It doesn't make any sense. The killer role has become an NPC role, and you have two options. You can play with a pre-made squad in the survivor role, right? And you can just win every single game that you want, because the Swift has become the power role ultimately. Or you can play the killer role, get bullied 24/7, 365, and either uninstall the game, never play it again, maybe revisit it after a few months or a year, rinse and repeat. Or you can play solo queue survivor, get put with literal brain dead, comatose patients, and end up uninstalling the game, check back in a year later. The Swifts are running everything, right? The the patients have become the actual doctors here, right? That's the best way to describe it. And don't get me wrong, I've been very critical of bigger DBD content creators in the past. I've been very critical of behavior in particular, and Swifts in particular as well. Solo queue will always have a soft place in my heart because I am primarily a solo queue player. I understand your struggles when I do play Survivor, that is, but I also understand the killer struggle because I am like 90-10 a killer main. And this past year or so, I've been playing more and more Survivor, which I don't like. I personally just don't enjoy the Survivor role, especially solo queue, because solo queue is basically the killer experience, but from the Survivor perspective, you know, and it just sucks. It does. And I don't even know what to say at this point. It's just it's horrible all around. It is, and yeah, I think there needs to be some serious balancing changes to this game. And by balancing changes, I mean just gutting Swifts in general. Either implement safety guards to prevent them from running full gen builds, full heal builds, full bully builds, maybe limit the amounts of perks they can use regarding endurance, haste, gen speeds, all of that. But we all know that's never going to happen. Let's just be honest. We all know it's not. So, yeah, at the end of the day, this is the state of DBD. And now that we're on the same page, who knows, man? I don't agree with a lot of DBD content creators, especially the bigger ones, because the majority of their audience, and when I say big content creator, I mean like 500K subs plus. There's very few of those, but the ones that are above that, they're almost always like Otstarva in Super Fence City, or when they're not Super Fence City, they lean extremely to the Survivor side, just almost always. And it's gotten to a point where every time I listen to these people, every time I watch their content, it just irritates the hell out of me because it's just all lies. It's almost all of it. And, I see all these content creators either lying or telling half truths or omitting the truth and blaming something else. It's just so tiring, man. I would rather be myself and be hated for it than put on a mask every single day and basically just pretend to be something I'm not. So, with all that being said, if you found something useful in this video, feel free to drop a like, comment, or if you're feeling really spectacular today, subscribe. Helps me a lot. And yeah, in the end, I hope you guys have an amazing day, evening, wherever it is where you're at. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Man, God bless. Peace. Ooh, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Booyah. Ooh, ooh. Great success. I love it.